Have you ever wondered why, in moments of deep silence, a subtle voice within seems to whisper truths that the world outside cannot give you? Have you ever felt, even for a fleeting second, that there is something far greater than this body, this mind, this fleeting play of life, something eternal and divine, waiting quietly within you? Today, we begin a profound journey with the wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, the great spiritual master whose teachings continue to awaken millions across the world. Yogananda, the author of the immortal classic autobiography of a yogi, did not simply teach religion. He revealed the path to direct experience of God, not in a temple made of stone, not in distant heavens, but in the very depths of your soul. This video is not just a lecture, but a journey inward. For Yogananda said, "The greatest sin is to forget your divine origin. The greatest virtue is to remember that you are a child of God." Subscribe the channel and stay till the end. What you're about to hear is not theory. It is a call from the divine within you, reminding you of who you truly are. Now, let us begin our journey into recognizing the God hidden within you. Why does God seem hidden? One of the deepest questions every seeker faces is, if God is everywhere, why don't I see him? Yogananda answered this beautifully. He explained that God is not hidden by distance, but by our own restlessness, desires, and distractions. Just as the sun is always shining but cannot be seen when clouds cover the sky, God's presence is eternal, yet the clouds of ignorance veil him from our perception. He said, "God is nearer than the nearest, dearer than the dearest. But man does not perceive him because his consciousness is turned outward toward material pursuits." From childhood, we are taught to look outside for happiness, for success, for love, for meaning. We rarely turn inward. The result? We miss the most intimate reality of all, the indwelling spirit, the soul's eternal companion. Think of it like this. A fish swimming in the ocean might go searching for water, forgetting that it is already surrounded by it. Similarly, we look everywhere for God, in rituals, in possessions, in fleeting pleasures, while he quietly lives in the silent sanctuary of our heart. This is why Yogananda emphasized that spiritual life is not about bringing God into you. It is about removing the veils so you can recognize that he has always been there. The divine spark in every soul. Each soul is a child of God. Beneath the layers of ignorance, every being carries within them the spark of divinity. That spark is your true identity. It is unchanging, untouched by birth or death, joy or sorrow. It is the same in all people, saints, sinners, kings, beggars. That is why when you look into someone's eyes with enough stillness, you feel a strange familiarity, as if beneath the surface, there is no separation. But here's the key. The spark must be fanned into a flame. How? By recognizing it first, and then nurturing it through right living, meditation, and love. Yogananda said, "God's presence is like a little flame in the heart. If you feed it with devotion, concentration, and discipline, it will grow into a blazing fire that will consume all ignorance." So to recognize the God within, you must first acknowledge, I am not just this body, not just this restless mind. I am a soul, and my soul is divine. The very moment you affirm this truth, even intellectually, a doorway begins to open. Signs that God is already guiding you. Most people think that recognizing God means seeing visions of light, hearing divine voices, or having mystical powers. Yogananda explained that while such experiences may come, God is already guiding you in simple, everyday ways. Here are a few signs he described. Intuition. That inner voice that guides you toward truth and away from harm is the whisper of God. Conscience, the subtle sense of right and wrong, is not just moral conditioning. It is God's presence reminding you of your higher nature. Peace and stillness, when your mind is calm in nature, in meditation, or in love, and you feel a peace beyond reason, that is God. Unconditional love, whenever you love without expecting anything in return, you are touching the divine essence within. He said, "Whenever you feel joy without reason, know that God is smiling through your soul." So, God is not hiding. He is constantly calling you through intuition, love, and peace. The problem is, we rarely stop to listen. How to recognize the God hidden within you. The obstacles to inner recognition. If God is already within us, why do so many struggle to feel His presence? Yogananda explained that the obstacles are not outside but inside. They are like veils that cover the soul's vision. Here are the main ones. Restless mind, the mind, constantly jumping from one thought to another, keeps us from entering the stillness where God is felt. Yogananda often said, "The lake of the mind must be calm if you wish to see the reflection of the moon." Attachment to desires, every craving, whether for wealth, power, or pleasures, binds us to the outer world. Desire clouds the clarity of inner vision. Ego, the greatest obstacle of all. The false sense of I, me, mine stands as a wall between the soul and spirit. Yogananda taught that true humility, realizing that the ego is not the doer, allows God to shine through. Ignorance of true identity, we have forgotten who we are. Thinking we are only this body, subject to disease and death, we overlook the immortal self within. He explained, "It is the tragedy of life that man is so busy with the movie of creation that he forgets the divine director behind the scenes." So, the work of spiritual life is not about finding God somewhere else. It is about removing these inner obstacles so His light can shine forth. The role of meditation. Yogananda emphasized meditation as the supreme method to recognize the God within. Why? Because meditation is the science of turning inward, withdrawing the restless senses, and awakening to the eternal presence of spirit. He said, "Be still, and you will know that you are God. Stillness is the altar of spirit." Meditation allows you to still the storm of thoughts. Direct your consciousness upward and inward. Feel peace that is not of this world. Experience joy independent of circumstances. In his Kriya Yoga teachings, Yogananda gave a precise method to accelerate spiritual evolution. He described it as a jet airplane route to God. But even without advanced techniques, he encouraged everyone to practice simple meditation daily. Recognizing God in daily life. Mistake seekers often make is to separate spiritual life from daily life. Yogananda corrected this. He said, "Every minute of life should be a minute of living in God." This means that you don't only meet God in meditation, but in every moment, if you are aware. In work, when you perform your duties with sincerity, without ego, offering your actions to God, you are recognizing Him as the doer. In relationships, when you see others not as bodies but as souls, divine sparks, you begin to see God in them. In nature, the beauty of a sunrise, the rhythm of the ocean, the silence of the stars, all are expressions of the divine. In silence, even between your thoughts, in the pause between breaths, there is a doorway to spirit. He reminded his disciples, "The search for God is not apart from life. He is hidden in your very breath, in the food you eat, in the love you give, in the peace you create." The more you train your mind to look for God in everything, the more natural it becomes to feel His presence always. Love, the shortest path to God. While meditation is the science, love is the essence. Yogananda said, "Love is the greatest magnet of God." God responds to love more than to any ritual or philosophy. What does this mean? When your heart longs for God as a child longs for its mother, as a lover longs for the beloved, you awaken the divine within. Love dissolves ego, melts desires, and opens the soul to infinite joy. He gave a simple practice. Each day, silently talk to God as your friend, your beloved, your father, your mother. Pour your heart out, your worries, your gratitude, your longing. Feel His presence listening to you. This transforms your relationship with the divine from an idea into a living companionship. He said, "The more you love God, the more you will realize that He has always loved you, even when you forgot Him." Love makes recognition effortless, for where there is pure love, there is God. Living with God awareness every day. Recognizing God is not the end, it is the beginning of a new life. Yogananda urged his followers to live with God remembrance every moment. He taught a simple inner practice. Before speaking, silently think, "God is speaking through me." Before working, "God is working through me." Before resting, "God is resting in me." Before loving, "God is loving through me." This transforms ordinary life into a sacred flow. Every act becomes worship. Every moment becomes meditation. He said, "To those who see God in everything, life becomes a dance of divine joy." And this, ultimately, is how you recognize God, not once, not twice, but in every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, until nothing separates you from His presence. Awakening to the God within. We have journeyed through the wisdom of Paramahansa Yogananda, exploring how to recognize the God hidden within you. We've seen that God is not far away. He is the very essence of your soul. He is hidden only by restlessness, desires, and the illusion of ego. Through meditation, silence, love, and constant remembrance, His presence shines forth. Recognition of God transforms fear into courage, sorrow into peace, and isolation into divine oneness. Yogananda's message is clear. Forget not that you are a child of God. Within you lies the ocean of spirit, waiting to be discovered. The path is simple yet profound. Turn inward, calm the mind, love God deeply, and remember Him always. When you do, recognition blossoms naturally. The God you seek outside has always been with you, nearer than your breath, closer than your thoughts, shining silently in your heart. And when you recognize Him, life itself becomes a divine play filled with ever-new joy. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Paramahansa Yogananda's teachings on how to recognize the God hidden within you. We hope this video has offered you inspiration and insight on your own spiritual journey. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.